Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going over Gholdengo EX and kind of using the skeleton of the older decks, the pre-rotation Gholdengo that was seeing a lot of play and starting to gain some traction before rotation. I actually really like this deck. Make sure you stay tuned until the end because I do a pretty in-depth analysis, or at least what I think could change, what needs to be improved, what needs to be taken away, whether this is a deck that's worthy of a cup or a challenge, whether this is even worthy of a deck on its own because it needs to have something else or a different attacker. Let's go ahead and get into it though. We've got the Gholdengo EX. It's pretty awesome with its coin bonus ability. Any point in time, you can draw a card. Now, if this Pokemon is in the active, you can draw an extra card. So if it's inactive, you draw 2. Anywhere else on the field, you draw 1. I like this. Thinning is winning. Drawing is awesome. This allows you to do it, and you draw a lot more cards than you think when you have multiple Gholdengo on the field. It does have the attack Make It Rain for 1 metal. Technically does infinite damage, but 50 damage for each energy card you throw away from your hand. I love this. We have a lot of energy in the deck, as you can see, and it's going to be hitting for a lot of damage. You need 7 to hit a Charizard, or really anything in the game currently, without an addition like the Hero's Cape. So we can pretty much hit anything in the format. We do run the Togekiss with its Wonder Kiss ability when your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Flip a coin. If heads, you draw an extra prize card. Being able to take 3 prizes on a Dragapult is really awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Munkidori is in here for its Adrenabrain ability. Once during your turn, if there's a Darkness Energy attached to this Pokemon, to Munkidori, you can move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of their Pokemon. And this is gonna be pretty awesome, believe it or not. Say you've got a Budew that's getting some damage put down on one of your Gholdengos. 3 damage counters on your Gholdengo becomes a KO on them. And if you do have the Togekiss, that does pair. So you could potentially be getting 2 prize cards off of a Budew from Adrenabrain. It's pretty nice. I really like this a lot. And lastly, we do have the Fezandipiti with its Flip the Script ability. If one of your Pokemon were knocked out on their turn, you can draw 3 cards. You can't use more than one Flip the Script, but we're not really worried about that at all. We do run the Ciphermaniac, and I love this card. Search your deck for 2 cards, put them on top of your deck, however you see fit. And this pairs really well with Gholdengo, because Gholdengo says draw 2 cards if it's in the active. So you're always kind of getting exactly what you want for the turn. I like this. We do run 2 Arven. Arven's really good in here because you're able to get the late game item search. We don't run any tools, as you can see, but you're able to get that late game energy search. You're able to get that late game item like a superior energy retrieval and really kind of mess with things and get that guaranteed card. And lastly, we do have the boss's order because it's really good to pull something up into the active and knock it out for potentially 3 prize cards, and when the megas come out, potentially 4 prize cards. Our A spec for the day is going to be Energy Search Pro, and if you're running Gholdengo, this is your guaranteed A spec. I've seen people try to do something like Secret Box. No. Energy Search Pro is always the A spec of choice. What it says is search your deck for 1 of every type of energy and put them in your hand. So taste the rainbow basically with this deck, and I love it because you're able to get potentially 6, 7, 8 energy off of this, and well, then you're swinging for max damage, honestly. And that's pretty awesome in 1 turn. It's a 1-turn KO enabling card, and what's better than that? I do run the redeemable ticket, mostly because sometimes mostly because a lot of times we're running so much energy, and then you find out that you've got 4 energy prized. I would rather hit that and then get those 4 energy back in deck, and that's more energy that I can use later. That's more attacking, that's better, it's more damage. We love it. We also run Levincia as our stadium. It's so good. What it says is any point in time, each player can take 2 lightning energy from their discard and put them in their hand. So between Energy Retrieval and this card, we're potentially getting 4 without ever having to discard anything from a superior Energy Retrieval. I like that a lot. Anyway, that's the deck list. Let's go ahead and get into it and see how we do. Okay, so this is Chansey Move Energy. That's not as great as I would probably like. Let's get our let's get our Togepi out, because we can get the Nest Ball Gimme next turn, or for next turn. Do we have Dark Energy? We do not have Dark Energy. We can go ahead and Gimme here as well. Rare Candy into Togepi, and then Ciphermaniac. Deal with one of our gimmies going down potentially. If we're not putting energy, or if we're not putting damage out, they're not returning that damage with the Munkidoris. So as long as we're swinging into Chanseys and we're kind of hitting things like that, I think we're going to be okay. We can kind of play it a little slow in the early game and then just be very aggressive in the later game. All onto that Chansey. That's okay. I would have possibly done 1-1, or even onto, yeah, 1-1. That way you still have the 1, but that's fine. That does protect all of his energy. We do Rare Candy into Togepi here. And then we Ciphermaniac. We obviously have to get our Gholdengo, and then the bottom card we can get our Energy Search Pro. That would get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So really 6. So that, yeah, we're pretty good with that. We'll throw it down that way, and we will end our turn. I'm okay if this Gimmighoul goes down today, or at least this turn, because next turn was Gimmighoul, we've got the Night Stretcher Gimmighoul, so on and so forth. Into an Earthen Vessel, okay. Gets rid of a Chansey, so we're lucky that these lucky bonus Chanseys are in deck and not in prize cards, so that we're not doing too much here. Okay. Okay, we've got our Gholdengo here. We will evolve, and we will coin bonus, because that'll get us all of our energy that we want. Okay, so a grass energy was something I was not hoping to pull, because I wanted to grab it with this. We're done here. Let's throw that there. And we will make it rain, and I do want to swing for 300. Mainly because I don't want him to potentially Iono me and throw all of that energy back into my deck and make it worthless that I did anything. Our Togekiss does go off, and Chansey is worth 2 prize cards. Another Ciphermaniac Codebreaking. We're pretty happy with that. Countercatcher into the Togekiss would be my guess. Or possibly one of the gimmies. Togekiss here doesn't hurt us actually at all. Pretty happy with this. I don't mind. Attach, retreat, into Gholdengo. We can get rid of this and this to get 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they'll concede. Okay, so normally I like to go first with this deck. I like the ability to get everything up and moving and kind of evolving, and then get that draw engine with Gholdengo's moving. But I will admit that going second does have its perks, like this Ciphermaniac and Gholdengo being in my hand. I do like that. That gives me something to move on to and something to hold on to. So going second isn't terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world to go second with Gholdengo. Okay, gets the Charizard out. And it is our turn. Okay. We do need to have, I'm saying that we need to have another Gimmighoul here. I don't hate this idea. We can go ahead and put this here just for safety. And then we can Ciphermaniac. I don't mind. So with Ciphermaniac, we've only got the one Gholdengo, but that's okay. Let's... Energy Search Pro here is good. And I think an Electric Energy here is also good. We can pull those out, and we'll be okay. Okay, Charizard down. Our Gimme does go away, but that's okay. We should be able to go back into enough damage that this return KO happens. We need 7, which can be an issue. But between Gholdengos, Gimmighoul, Ciphermaniacs, we should be able to get this. I would imagine this goes and gets Buddy-Buddy and... Yeah, I would imagine this goes and gets Buddy-Buddy. That would be my guess. I imagine this... Max Belt. Okay. Not worried about that at all. I think that was a little too early to use the Max Belt, because I think we still get the KO. Okay, we've got our Energy Search Pro. We can Gholdengo. We can then... You know what I would rather do? I would rather coin bonus. I get an energy, and I get an energy. Okay. We can go ahead and Energy Search Pro, getting everything we want. Plenty. We can then Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a Buddy-Buddy and another Gholdengo. We can then flip the script. Buddy-Buddy comes down. Both of those gimmies. I need the energy here. And then I can go ahead and make it rain. Both of these, this. I want all of it in there. And we should be okay. And we got... Okay, so we actually get a lot more retrieval than you think. We actually get a lot more recovery than you might think. So we get the energy retrieval, and then we'll get the Codebreaking. This gets us another gimme, and then we'll get... actually, this gets us the... This gets us Monkey, and we can knock out that Badoo. Okay, so Iono doesn't hurt us here, really at all. We got the Monkey, we've got Night Stretcher, so things are moving. Let's see, we've got... So we should have another Dark, and potentially another Metal. Let's double check it, though. Artisan here is not terrible. We can get our Togepi. Energy-wise, we don't have anything. Okay, so that's something we gotta be aware of. But let's get ourselves the Togepi. Don't hate Munkidori. We can do our Night Stretcher. We're gonna have to get an energy. Let's save the... Let's save this. Oh, wait, do we have any... Okay, we just have the gimme. Let's get the Darkness. Why not? And we can coin bonus here. Okay. And then, okay, we've got some recovery here. I don't need to worry too much about that. If we take another one, it's 270. I mean, he's got Dusclops anyway, so it doesn't help. Ultra Ball here, we can get rid of this, and we know we've got more Togekiss in the deck. We can get rid of those. I would like to get a Gholdengo for backup. Gholdengo down, and we can go ahead and coin bonus here. Getting another Night Stretcher. That gets us the Togekiss if we get the Rare Candy. I'm okay with this. We can make it rain. If we don't need to do that, we've got the Dark Energy for turn. Or we've got the Dark Energy to put onto Munkidori. So we just continue to fly by. And another Superior. Okay. We should be good. We have 8 energy. We'll be okay if he does come into a Charizard. We should be okay because we can get 7 on this turn. Then again, Charmander came out, so that tells me he was thinking. Okay, hits the Arven. This should be a Rare Candy. Okay, so he has Rare Candy in hand, is what I'm seeing. Ultra Ball down. Charizard. Does get a return KO. How many energy has he used? Only 2, so he's got plenty of energy in his deck. However, we have kind of made it... Oh, it attaches no energy to Charizard? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 in prize cards? Okay, and just passes the turn. We do get into a Ciphermaniac. Actually, I do want this. I do want this a lot. Because we can get our Energy Retrieval and we can get a Levincia. We can go ahead and coin bonus here. Energy Retrieval and Levincia. Throw Levincia down. We can then go ahead and get 2 more. There's 2 energy off the rip. We're good with that. Let's see what we get with this coin bonus. We get a Rare Candy. We'll go ahead and Night Stretcher. Get that Togekiss. Rare Candy into the Togekiss. Superior Energy Retrieval. We can drop those. Oh, well, yeah, we can still drop those. That's fine. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Energy Retrieval for 7 and 8. And we can go ahead and make it rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 350 damage goes down into the Charizard. Does Togekiss happen? Does Wonder Kiss happen? Come on, baby. It does. That is the game. And there you go. Gholdengo EX. I like this deck a lot. It's in my bag almost at all times. Pretty much exactly how you see it here. Maybe 1 or 2 tweaks just after maybe thinking too hard and trying to change things. For instance, the one in my local bag, or in my bag that I have 4 locals, I don't run the redeemable ticket. So I probably need to change that and put that in that deck because I like that a lot. It is really good. You go grab it, you have 2 Gholdengo prized, you have your Rare Candy and your Togekiss prized, you have something prized, and the redeemable ticket does help a lot. I like that in this deck. Now, what would I change in this deck? Honestly, I would take a Munkidori out. If you don't get it, it's not a detriment. If you do get it, it can help. A lot of times so far, because of your HP being 260, a lot of Pokemon right now are just gonna one-hit KO you. So you don't get a lot of damage out. It comes in handy in certain matchups, like against a Budew, but Budew prevents you from using so many items, and you need items to play this game and to play this deck that Budew kind of slows you down enough, and then they become a Dragapult, and you just can't catch up, and you kind of get hurt by it. So I don't know that the Munkidori is necessary, but it's good to have. So I would probably take a Munkidori out. Personally, other than that, I don't know that I would change a whole lot. Maybe adding in a Gravity Mountain is also decent in this. That way you need 1 less energy to KO your Dragapults, to KO your Charizards, to KO certain things. You still need to have that 1 less energy because, say for instance, you have Gravity Mountain out. Well, now you only need 6 to knock out Dragapult or Charizard instead of 7. So that could be a good inclusion here. It is an aggressive stadium, and they will look to bump it as soon as possible. But if they can't, then you're able to knock out and chain knockouts, and that's important, I think, a lot of times. Would I take this to a cup or a challenge? Yes, I would. Definitely take this to a challenge. Low-level stakes. A lot of people are just dabbling into the competitive scene, so I think this can actually be pretty darn good at a challenge. Would I bring this to a cup? It would depend on your local area. It would depend on how competitive things are at my locals, because we don't have a lot of hyper competitive stuff. Me and my very small testing group are hyper competitive. So would I take this to a cup? Personally, yes, but also in the DFW area, there's a lot more competitive players. And I don't know that I would take this unless the meta kind of shaped out a little differently. Right now, Dragapult is everywhere. Right now, Guardy is everywhere. And those two really kind of dominate this deck. Would I take this to regional? No, not in its current iteration. Now, I can understand Dragapult, Gholdengo. That yes, I could very easily go ahead and say that's probably worthy of a regional. Make sure you guys show up on May 24th. Chef Husky and I are having a giant team battle. 5v5. I've got amazing guys. I've got an amazing crew. You've got the Machamp King, Discount Charizard, CPU, and the wonderful Professor Gnome. All these guys are fantastic. I love these guys. It's happening on the 24th of May at 1 p.m. Central. That's 7 p.m. in the UK and 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Your time zone will differ according to where you live, but that's when it's happening, and we're going against Chef Husky, and if I lose, I am shaving every hair on my face. Yes, that includes eyebrows. Yes, that includes the dome. Anyway, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that continue to help me do this and play this wonderful game. And with that, have fun, stay safe, I love you, bye.